Hey, what's up, you guys? We're back. Today we're going to show you how to epoxy your butcher block. Okay, we're going to make magnificent epoxy countertops with the, it's going to match the niche that we already had going in the shower and everything. So it's going to be really cool. So let's get right into it. Check it out. All right, y'all. So let's get right into it. Before we start with the counter, anything, we're going to do some behind the scenes. Okay, very important. We have a 8-foot box. We built out of 2x6s back there in our shop. Gets everything up here off the ground, and at 8 foot it allows us to be bigger. We've got plenty of space back there and everything. So with our countertop, it is almost 11 feet in length. So what we're going to do is we took two 2x6s 10 foot, and we have an 8-footer over there, and we're going to build a little box underneath of our 8-foot big box. So by that being 10 foot long, it's going to let our almost 11 foot of counter, it's going to let that hang over our box underneath of it, so that everything is up, level for us to reach. And you know, it's going to make getting the drips and all that we need to get underneath of there for. It's going to make all that easy. So let's get right into it. We're going to take these two 10-footers, not cut them. We're going to take the 8-footer over there, and we need 17 inches. 2 of them. We're going to slap them here on the sides to create the 17 plus the 1.5 inches and the 1.5 inches. Our target is we are 21 inches deep on our base cabinets that are coming. So the counter we're making is going to be 22, so that we have a 1-inch overhang. So let's get right into it. All right, so basically once we built our sled here to house the top will be out here, kind of out this way. So we'll have a couple of inches of overhang all the way around this big guy. That's what this is for, to get it up off our huge base back there. You're going to be able to put 3 sides together, keep them flat, straight, square with clamps, and usually that last one, because of, you know, wood being a little bit warped or whatever, the warpness was out up top and even at the bottom. So we went ahead and held our clamp in place to cause that to be flush. Now I'm going to loosen this clamp, take it off, and that's going to allow us to pull that pretty straight. It don't have to be perfect again. It's just a box to house everything and keep it flat. So I'm going to go ahead and suck this over pretty straight, and always put you a little pre-drill right in there. Just like that. Just drawing, that's it. So now this guy's ready. This is going to house our big one. The small one, I don't think we need anything underneath, because we got multiple things back there that'll house that smaller guy. But this is what we need to get going. So now we're going to go ahead and get this in the back room, get it set up on our big one, and get everything going before we bring our top out here and you know, cut out the sink and all that stuff and walk it all the way down. All right, y'all, so this is what I was talking about. This was our 8 by, I think, 3. We had this built. We use this for a lot of our stuff. Anything bigger, we just build a little pre-built sled. Really simple. The plastic is underneath. A couple things I want to show you. We just fold our corners over. We're going to end up using this underneath as a runner to catch anything. All this up here in the bulk is going to be caught in what we call the trenches. This is going to drip down right through here, so we're going to have runners out after we're done down here, so we're not walking on all this plastic. The way we do the trenches, we want this section here like that, kind of dipping down, and I have screws over here on the side. We leave these in play on purpose, because once we put pressure here like that, then we'll go ahead and show that screw right there, just like that. So we're working these sides in. I'm pulling this slack some and working it into the screw head, and then we just pull that little bit right through. That way it leaves slack up here, and we're not trying to you know, as long as we have that play, we'll do the same side on the screws over there. then as the resin goes to fall, it will make its own little defined trenches and keep it all up here so nothing leaks out. So we'll walk all that down. Down here at this end, we made sure to keep this up off the floor. So as we're going to wrap this, we're gonna take the top here and the bottom, make that our crease in, and then just like that, we're gonna zip this down here to our frame, and then we'll put a runner on this side as well, and then we'll be ready to start working up here on the top, getting our sled level. We'll talk to you and show you all about that, and we're almost ready to start cutting on this 12-footer, laying right over here. Okay, you guys, so everybody's situation may be different, but our situation, the left side of this wall right here, this is going to sit in its entirety in a tight space, okay? And the way we're going to go about that, we're not going to measure this drywall to drywall inside of our cubby. What we're going to do is we're going to measure a 1/4 inch longer than what we actually need. And a couple things. We already got the rip line back here in the back. We're going to put a guide rail to it right on our skill saw, set that guide rail down, and we're gonna factory rip that right off. So that's gonna give us our depth of 22 inches when our cabinets are 21 inches. Then the reason we're gonna cut that first, our sink layout is a little bit different. It's not just a couple little drain holes and faucet holes like normal. We'll get into that in a few minutes, but another reason why we don't wanna cut our length yet, once we cut this off, we're gonna go ahead and cove over and under the front of the counter. None of the sides get that. In doing so, we only need close to 11 feet. This is a 12-foot slab. So if we cove over and under the front edge, where that's gonna hit the drywall, what we're gonna accomplish when we cut off that fat down there, about 1 foot of it, is we're gonna use that as a template. When the cabinets get put in, we're gonna go in there with that 1 foot little piece and set it up against the wall. And that's how we're gonna be able to trace in the drywall exactly the end shape of this counter and what it's gonna be. That way we will cut that out, being the 1/4 inch bigger than what we actually need. We're gonna be able to bring this in at an angle and go into the wall, set flat, and then push over, touching that side of the wall, and we're gonna be able to go into both sides of the wall so that we're hitting the wall completely flush. It'll all make sense here in a little bit once we go through all this.